Howdy, doodly doo.
Hello, again.
I'm getting deja vu. I don't
Yeah,
know.
we tried this before, but Jordan's shitty computer fell apart, so here
It
we are
literally
again.
imploded. I've stuck it back together with duct tape, and surprisingly, it is on.
Yes, he's recording this with a microwave. Anyway,
It is a smart microwave, to be fair. One of
you
those
know what?
fancy gadgets that I shouldn't afford.
I'm gonna let the opening credits play out.
Down, 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 down. I
Uh,
can't hear it.
no, there's not really much point. Anyway, yes. So these last few levels, well, the next two, I had so much difficulty with as a kid. They're both vehicle based, um, and I only completed them last week replaying this, which is one of those moments where you revisit a game you played as a kid and you're very pleased that you do better because God, wouldn't it be sad if you were still just as shit?
Oh, it absolutely would be.
Now, fun fact: they reference an astronaut training facility, and tells you good work getting through that. I think that's a PC level or something, or a cut level, something like that. It's not in this game. Kind of wish it was to an extent, but I think the game's just fine without it.
Why have they got a boat on the car?
Because you will see.
But there's not going to be any roads on that island.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Right, dock.
And then they both drowned.
Look,
Wait.
part of the car fell off.
It was supposed to. It's a
I'm
feature,
already
not a
part
flaw.
of that.
What?
Oh, every so often someone will approve me as a member of a subreddit, so I can post shit on that subreddit, right?
Yeah.
And I'm already part of the one that I've just been added to as a user. It's like I'm already part of it. What
So,
the fuck?
fun fact: Malprave Industries, which is on the side of the ship, that's the I think that's the villain's company from the previous Bond game, which I haven't actually played.
Oh,
And
what's the previous one?
Agent Under Fire and
Ah,
Phoenix
yeah.
Industries, which is Drake's company. It appears in Everything or Nothing, which is the next
I
one.
thought I thought Drake was a rapper.
No, no, this one's slightly less insidious.
Uh, Only slightly.
Fuck's sake,
You fucking idiot.
I'm always worse at this when I record, always. But yeah,
Because you famously recorded this while you were a kid.
well, I can't imagine how fucking awful I would have been if I was playing this while I was recording it as a kid.
Well, you don't want to know who'd have ended up watching it. Nobody. Because that's what happens to these ones. I can't see what you're shooting at. Is there anything in particular there?
Yeah.
Or was that? Why? You,
So that blew. There was an enemy sub above it.
and now everyone's going to be like, oh my god, there was an explosion.
God fucking damn it! I swear to God, this does not bode well. If we don't have to restart this, we're gonna
I
have to
mean, what's
restart.
really annoying is you got through the laser grid and then crashed into the wall.
I know I missed the box, but we're through now.
Well,
And now we've got to deal with mines.
mein, mein was?
Oh
Mein
fuck!
Kampf?
Oh fuck! Oh fuck!
Mein Liebling?
Uh, oh,
Mein
uh,
Arzt?
uh, uh, uh.
I assume they're magnetic.
No, they're just sort of floating.
Ominously floating.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Magnetic would make more sense.
What a
A lot
winner.
more sense.
Now,
Boom.
unfortunately, there's no checkpoint in this mission, so if you fail it, you have to start all over again at the start.
Oh, that'll teach you to do it properly. Oh, Ben!
Oh no! Oh, fuck's
You
it.
literally, right after you said.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, well, mercifully, the last two aren't so difficult. It's just these two you have to get through. So, yeah.
can't believe you, Ben. Oh, and you've got the bloody cutscenes.
Yeah, they're not massively long cutscenes.
No, but You know,
But, I do know how to get through this level. It's just a matter of doing it.
all you got to do is do it. Well, I have a connections round, Ben.
Right, that'll keep me occupied away from focusing on the gameplay. But go on.
Ah, yes.
It won't make too
So,
much difference, I bet.
no, probably not. Okay, so connections round.
Yeah.
Poltergeist,
Okay.
the Amityville horror
Okay.
to serve man.
Are they all? Well, To Serve Man is famously a Twilight Zone episode. It's a great Twilight Zone episode. I'm going to spoil it now. Do you know how that ends?
No.
So some aliens come to Earth and they have a book. And they say all they want to do is serve man, and the book is called To Serve Man. And at the end, it's revealed that it's a cookbook.
Yes. Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah. Um, See, when you were saying that, I was going to say, do they all feature dead bodies on screen?
Possibly,
Because it's
but
always,
I don't
I don't
know.
know whether it's ever been confirmed that the bodies in the pool, isn't there? They were. Bug. Not again. Not again. God damn it. Um,
You just drive slowly.
I think I can't because if I
I'm going to say no.
I
They
don't know
don't
whether it's
all.
ever been confirmed that they were cadavers, but I think there are always rumors. Steven Spielberg.
Nope.
Okay. Go on. This is
Okay.
interesting though.
So the Raven, the
Okay.
Monkey's Paw,
Okay.
and a small talent for war.
Okay. A small talent for war is a Twilight Zone. See, I think I know the connections, but I want to explain this. It's a
Okay.
Twilight Zone in the 80s. They did a Twilight Zone episode, and some aliens come to Earth again, and they criticize mankind, and they say, "You're awful. You're terrible. You have a small talent for war." And people think it's saying that they're they're petty and vindictive, and it's like a sarcastic thing that they're always fighting, and they're
Hmm.
told that if they don't fix this, they're going to be wiped out. So all nations of the world come together and miraculously put all their differences behind them and achieve world peace. And then the aliens come back and say, "What the fuck? You misunderstood. We said you had a small talent for war. That means you weren't any good at it, and you've only
Hmm.
gotten worse."
That'll teach us.
Are they
Go on, then.
all parodied in the Halloween episodes of The Simpsons?
Yes, they were.
Yes.
And the list goes on for fucking ages.
I
I was
bet.
doing them in order because it's easier to keep track then.
What was it? Was the Raven, the Monkey's Paw, and a small
Uh,
talent for war, wasn't it?
yeah, they were the third part of the first episode and the first part of the second episode because the Monkey's Paw and Small Talent for War are on the same one.
Oh,
But no, there's all Frankenstein was done twice, or at least twice.
well, it's such an easily parodied thing, isn't it?
At one point, there's the 1996 U.S. election.
Cape Fear.
Yeah, Cape Fear. Oh no, that wasn't a that was a normal episode. That wasn't a Treehouse of Horror because that's the one with Sideshow
All
Bob singing
right.
MS Pinafore.
Shit.
But you hit it with a missile.
Yeah, and it blew up because I hit it with a missile. I'm not supposed to.
Oh, I just assumed that it was only a problem if it hit your car.
Well, as I predicted, I'm restarting an awful lot.
You are. But no, but yeah, there's quite a few of them. Like literally, I don't even. Actually, no, it doesn't even tell us how many there are. But fucking tons.
Too
Just goes
many.
on and on and on.
It's a cookbook. It's a cookbook.
What I should have done is jumbled them up a little bit to try and, you know.
Oh, that's all right.
But it's so hard to keep track of them all.
There were so many. The Twilight Zone episodes gave it away.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Fair enough.
Because I can't even recall the Simpsons parodies of the Amityville Horror and Poltergeist.
Can you not? It's the
But
same episode. Sorry, the same clip.
Oh,
It's they go to a house and the walls start bleeding and Maggie's looking at the TV and the house implodes at the end. it decides it can't live with the Simpsons.
Fair enough.
And it was also the first Treehouse of Horror clip of like short story that they did. So, I'm amazed it's the first one. It feels like a not. It doesn't feel like a late season one, but it feels like a later than the first, second season. So yeah, no, it was something I was thinking about.
No, it's a good one.
I can't remember why I thought about it, but I thought about it, and I thought, well, let's see how many things. Beep, beep.
Ah, fucking hell!
You are so shit at driving.
I swear to God, I was better during my practice runs. I swear.
Yeah, well, that's what they all say. Have you? I should probably let you concentrate. Really,
Do you think James Bond ever had to do a 3-point turn,
Yes, absolutely.
like on a mission?
Yeah, probably.
He was probably pissed.
What is a J turn if not a 3-point turn?
I don't know what that is.
Okay, J turn is when you do that whole reversing, swing it round, and then drive forwards thing.
Oh yeah, he does that all the fucking time.
That's basically a 3-point turn. It's just more fluid. There's no stop in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Ah.
There's always a bigger fish. See, that's a funny reference.
Aha.
Is that it now?
No, we made it to the next bit.
Oh my god. When will he learn?
So yeah, he I was saying Drake was doing some decommissioning of nuclear power plants. It turns out he's been building his own nukes.
Well, what else are you going to do?
And here's some of them. Okay, now I've got to follow this thing.
But to assume you don't get to blow it up.
I think you can do in the next when it stops. But if I shoot it, I think I fail, and I'm not prepared to chance that. I learned from you, you prick. Oh shit, oh fuck. Oh fiddlesticks.
Only supposed to follow the damn train, CJ.
Oh, don't you dare. Do you think James Bond ever said fiddlesticks? It's probably a safe word or something. That was Smersh.
No. Smersh.
Smersh was the original Spectre in the books. It was a Russian thing. The Spectre came along a bit later, but they never used Smersh for the films.
Well.
Right. That's successfully followed. Hey, fuck you.
It went boom, 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 boom.
Oh.
Boom, boom, boom.
Right, we're in the last bit now. If I fail here, I'm not repeating it.
Well, you'll just skip it, will you?
Yes.
Oh, I can't believe you.
Oh, okay, I'll do it once more.
Oh, no, it's fine. Oh my god, now there's a time limit. Oh, you just crashed into it.
Bonsai.
What about his eye?
Bonsai. Oh, I see. Well, we're here. Only died 3 times.
Only 3?
Oh, honestly, I lost track.
Yeah, me too. Doom, 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 doom.
Right. So, oh, go on.
No, you.
No, go on. I didn't have anything to say. I was just going to say, do you have any more topics or something?
I was going to ask if we were in a position where we could talk about topics, or if you still needed to concentrate.
No, it's fine. This is just a bit of a shooty thing. There's no real fiddly stuff involved.
Okay. Well, I mean, I've not got many topics today, but I figured you might have something.
Yeah, I do.
Is it about what's his face?
Michael Parkinson.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Got it.
Well, he died, didn't he?
He did, apparently. So there
Yeah, he
goes
was
our chance
88, and he had a great career.
We'll never get interviewed by him now.
Unless we're in heaven. I'll tell you what
We're
it's
not
like.
both going to heaven.
Oh well. And open. Yes, it turns out you can do this stealthily, sort of, by just letting them in. But if you hit anything, you don't have to. If you drive through it, which is what I always did as a kid, they all start shooting at you. But if you just go in and wait for it to automatically open, they won't attack you unless you run into something. But they will on the way out. It doesn't open automatically on the way out. But yes.
That's not such a big deal on the way out, though, is it?
Well, no, it does help. We can just tell you what we can do. We can do this. Haha, fuck you. Come and get me, bitches.
Run, bitch. Oh my god, you were so shit at driving.
Shut up.
I'll be honest with you, I was thinking the other day that it's actually easier to drive a real car than it is to drive a car in a game.
What made you say that?
I was playing a car game.
Okay. What aspects of it made you realise that it was easier to do it in real life?
Steering is because the steering was an absolute nightmare. Whereas I don't struggle with the steering. Oh, you've crashed into it. I don't struggle with steering a real car because I'm quite good at actually driving it. Apart from that one time when I crashed.
Yeah, that poor family ever stop sending you all those threatening messages.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yes, of course.
Seeing as the only people that were in any way in any actual danger turned out to be the people who were inside the car, you know, all things went quite well.
And the ones you killed.
Don't talk about them. No one actually died. Maimed, sure. Paralyzed, fine. But it turns out the decapitation wasn't actually connected. So, you know. Also that.
Okay. Oh. So I sort of wanted to talk about James Bond names.
Okay.
And initially I had thought, let's do a little quiz where I give you some fake names mixed in with some real ones. But I don't think I'll do that. I'm just gonna. Do you know what my least favourite Bond quip of all time is?
Is it something to do with when he drops him in the Steam stack or whatever the hell they're called?
In the what?
Is it when he picks up Blofeld in the wheelchair and
drops that?
Him in, yeah. Is it whatever quip that is?
He says, "All right, keep your hair on," but that's not. That's just a weird scene.
It is a very weird scene.
No, my least favourite one is "In the World Is Not Enough." The Bond girl is called Christmas Jones, and
Is it about Christmas coming early, or only once a year?
Bingo. Yeah, they're being intimate, of course, at the end of the film,
They
and
do,
um,
because he has no
and what?
understanding of what's
Yes,
appropriate and what isn't.
and what do you know? He says, "I thought Christmas only comes once a year." Or, I thought Christmas only came once a year.
You know, statistically speaking, it's something really bad at sex.
Why'd you say that?
I mean, like his attitude towards it in terms of the humor and the joking and all that kind of stuff in the act in particular is very self assured about his ability, isn't he?
Mm.
And generally speaking, people tend to be not very good at these sorts of things
Well,
when
I
they
suppose if you assume you're good at it, you don't really see any need to do anything different or learn, do you?
exactly. And sex is a very varied situation. You know, it depends on who you're doing it with as to what you should be doing in it.
Yes.
And if he's got a set list, as it were,
Yes.
it's like when you order a
Greatest
Chinese.
hits.
You
Yeah.
don't want you don't want the set menu. You want what you want.
Yes.
The set menu might be all right for some people, but let's be honest, the majority of people don't go for it.
You mix and you match, and you play
Exactly.
around, and you find what suits you, and then you stick with it. And every now and then you try something different, and then you regret it.
Yes, and
And
that's why I don't do fisting anymore.
it's
Are you flying or just shooting?
she's flying.
Oh, so it's nice of her to fly towards that pickup then.
Well, she's not very good.
Well, she needs to fly towards some health.
Yeah.
Why is he not evacuated yet? Just out of curiosity.
Who?
Drake.
Because this is base of operations.
Yes, but
Well, he
is he
can't.
has he has he underestimated your chance?
Well, he's. I might as well tell you what the villain's plan is. So there's a space station, a NATO space station, with loads of nuclear missiles on it. It's like a security thing.
Hmm.
He's used his cover as a
A
decommissioner of nuclear
decommissioner.
power plants to build up his own
Hmm.
nuclear arsenal.
As you do.
It's pretty big, but it's still not enough to there's bigger arsenals. He wants to take over this weapons platform and use its missiles to destroy the other nuclear arsenals, and then he'll have the most and will be able to rule the world as the head of a global corporation.
Because that's going to work so well.
Well, you know, these plans, they're just rich people with too much time in their hands, aren't they, Bond villains? Who,
Or crazy people.
yes, massive fucking egos. And sometimes, if they're doing it just for the money, it sort of makes sense. You know, because it's not like it's just I'm gonna do this, uh, like how Goldfinger wanted to nuke Fort Knox, because it would make the gold reserves worthless and thereby increasing the value of Zone. That makes
Apparently,
sense.
that could have actually worked.
Well, probably.
No, like genuinely, someone looked into it and was like, some government authority was like, yeah, that could actually work.
Well, in the book, he tries to steal all the gold in Fort Knox.
Yeah,
But that was so when they came to making the film, they realised that was just silly.
because there's so much of it. How's it going
Yeah.
to move it and all that kind of shit?
So that's what in the film. That's what he tells the mafia people. He sort of gets to invest in his plan. But
So he's going to steal it.
Bond figures out that like it wouldn't be possible. He uses the same maths that people did when the book came out.
Hmm.
So yeah, that Bond plan of destroying your opponent's reserves to increase the value of your own or your competitor's reserves has been used a couple of times.
Well, if it's supposedly going to work, it just sort of.
It's a very solid story
Yeah.
idea, you know.
I mean, arguably, that's basically sort of kind of an underlying theme of the book Dune by Frank Herbert.
I tried to read a bit of June recently. I'm gonna die, but it wasn't really doing anything for me. I think it will probably be the sort of thing I revisit at some point.
I tried to read it and I was struggling because there's so much book specific language.
Yes,
But until you know what it means, you don't really know what it means.
that's what put me off. I thought, you know what, I need to invest some fucking time in this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get anything out of it, and I just don't think I could do that at present.
I finished the audiobook this week,
Is it
and
good?
then I enjoyed it as a whole. It helped that I'd already read some of it, and I have seen the more like the recent remake, which covers
Yeah.
maybe the first half of the overall story, give or take. They've chosen a good place to stop, all in all. I also then afterwards, not directly afterwards, but recently, um, watched the
Fuck.
1984 or 1986 David Lynch film,
Yeah.
which I can only say is great for the first half and then butchered the second. Like the first half works, it's fine. It's a bit, I mean, it's the 80s, right? So visually, it's a bit,
Well,
but
that's a very Zoomer way of looking at things. Sorry, Zoomers.
well, no, it's like they've put shields on people, right? There's a big thing about how this family are so used to fighting with shields, but they can't use shields on the planet because otherwise they'll attract sandworms and shit like that. Right? So it's this whole big thing. And the shields that they used, the way they represented them was basically they turned the people into CGI blocks. You could barely
Yeah.
see that there's a and now it's a very 80s way of doing it.
Very Tron.
Well, it's not even Tron's. At least Tron seemed quite. Tron was groundbreaking. This just looked dated for then, you know. But like I say, the first half of the film, there were some people that genuinely surprised me were in it.
Um, uh, Sean Phillips is in it.
Yes,
I think she
I
plays the
can't remember.
Mother Superior. I'm assuming, or
I
something along
can't
those lines.
I can't honestly remember. But I'll tell you what, if you give me a sec.
She was in I Claudius. I love her in I Claudius, and she's in one of my favourite Midsummer Murders episodes.
When it decides it's going to load, I will show you.
And she
Oh,
was
not
married
show
to
you.
Peter O'Toole.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, my computer has decided it doesn't want to multitask. Great. Right, Dune. No, not Dunelm. 1984. Yes, so you've got. Who was it? Yeah, she was the Reverend Mother Gaius Helena, whatever. That wasn't That wasn't one of the names that really caught my attention.
That's alright. I know there are others.
Go on then.
Oh,
Any of them.
It's not
That would.
Orson Welles, is it? It's the other guy who plays Harkonnen.
Oh,
What?
that's one thing that did bug me is that they say Harkonnen instead of Harkonnen.
Is that how it's pronounced in the audiobook?
It's how they pronounce it in the audiobook. Are you thinking of Kenneth Macmillan?
No.
Okay.
I was
Well,
wrong.
he played Baron Harkonnen. You've got Paul L. Smith, who played the Beast Raban, who is a Harkonnen person. You got Sting as well, who I knew was in it, but I didn't know who he was in it.
See, I can't hit that because she's not. If I could turn 360, I'd have an easier time of it.
It was Patrick Stewart,
Oh,
who I didn't realise was in it, and someone who you will definitely recognise name wise as well,
yeah.
Brad Dourif.
Huh.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I can't believe he's in it, but it makes perfect sense.
I
Because
like
in my head,
Brad Dourif.
yeah, no, the character that he plays in my head, that is exactly what he should look like. So you know, it makes sense. But yeah, Brad Dourif, who, for those who don't know who he is the guy who played Chucky.
Yes,
Mostly the voice, to be fair.
He's also Grima Wormtongue.
Yep.
And he won an Oscar for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
I didn't know he was in that.
Yeah, he played Billy something, I think.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
The kid in the asylum.
There was also Max von Sydow.
Yeah, he pops up in a lot of stuff like that.
And Linda Hunt.
Does she ring a bell? Is she the Terminator woman? No.
No. I don't actually know off the top of my head anything else that Linda Hunt has done specifically.
Please let me kill this
Um,
thing. Please let me kill this
but
thing. I'm not going to
she's
be able
one
to
of
kill
those
this thing.
actresses that you just sort of know from the look of her.
Hey, I did it.
So she's got a very distinctive look.
Yeah.
Like if you could think of an actress, a real world actress that looked a bit like Edna Mode from The Incredibles, you'd be thinking of Linda Hunt.
Well, I'll look her up after this.
So yeah, she was in the Kindergarten Cop. She was in Popeye.
What else was she in?
I'm literally looking at her filmography as we speak. I'm trying to think of something that I think you'd have actually seen, which obviously.
Was she in A Midsummer Murders?
That's it. Television credits. No, she's not actually been in any, as much as I thought she had. Ah, wow. She was in God of War, the games.
Oh, right.
She did a voice. She voiced the Willow Tree in Pocahontas. Both times.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think there's anything here that you would. But there's nothing off the top of my head that I would think you've definitely seen that. Right? Because you know there's some stuff that you just know someone's seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing here that jumps out to me as something that you've definitely seen where you would have seen her.
Well, certainly the name rings a bell. So was she in Star Trek? Did she pop up in Star Trek at any point?
It's not listed. She was in Space Rangers from 1993.
I don't know nothing about no Space Rangers.
Yeah. No, like I say, you'd probably recognise her face.
Oh fuck!
Have you ever seen Kindergarten Cop?
No, I haven't. No,
okay,
I know the basic premise.
I think she played the head teacher in that, but obviously you haven't seen it. But no, like I saw her in it, and I thought, oh, I know her, but I don't know where I know her from. I just sort of know her. What are these people you recognise that you don't, you know?
What's your favourite James Bond Bond girl name?
Oh, I don't really know most of them.
It's alright. Well, I think some standouts over the years. Obviously, Pussy Galore.
Yes.
I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. It's such a great reaction to that as well. Do you know what he says?
No.
He's been tranquilized, and he wakes up on a plane, and Honor Blackman's there, and she says, "My name is Pussy Galore," and he just goes, "I must be dreaming."
Well,
Dr. Molly Warmflash.
Okay.
One of my personal favourites, Dr. Holly Goodhead.
Ah, because I know about that one.
Come on, die, 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 die. Please,
whatever ails,
please,
whatever cures them, eh?
We did it, yeah.
There's
one called Chew Me.
Okay.
The man with the
obviously, there's Moneypenny. She's a Bond girl in her own right.
Yeah, good old Moneypenny.
Which Moneypenny?
Right.
Is this the last level?
No, it's penultimate. Things get surprisingly easier from this point on.
Hello, very much Moneypenny.
This is one of my favourite levels. We're deep in the Bond villain. That's an awful lot of midriff to be showing on an island full of people who want to kill you.
Well, you know how it is.
You know, he's covered in body armor and tactical gear, and she's half naked essentially.
Yeah, it's the thing, isn't it? Like armor in video games for women is always shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh, probably get rid of that tab actually. So that's not really helpful tab. I don't know what they're doing.
Did you hear about that Australian thing?
What, the World Cup?
No, but we'll talk about that. Still recording. So, this woman had a dinner party
Hmm.
for some of her ex-husband's family members.
Oh, is this a mushroom?
Yes,
Yeah,
and the
I did.
mushrooms are poisonous, and I think like 3 or 4 of them are dead, and one of them is critically injured.
Hmm.
Now she's denied any wrongdoing, and she hasn't been charged with anything. But she has done some suspicious stuff. Well, one suspicious thing. Her husband confronted her and said he thought he did it. She killed them on purpose, and she says that she was scared of losing custody of her kids. She got rid of the dehydrator that she had used to prepare the mushrooms or to store the mushrooms or something.
This is always,
A bit fishy. And
yeah,
apparently, it's quite the talking point in the but in Australia at present.
more so than the World Cup.
Yeah, we're doing quite well in that.
You can't do much better without winning,
I know and
and we might.
from what I've heard, our odds are good. People were watching it at work, and we're up against Spain, who lost I think 4-0 or 4-1 to Japan. Who, much as we love our Japanese friends, I'm not. Fuck, I'm not. God, no, I'm not fucking taking that. Who are not particularly renowned for their football acumen.
No, that is sort of true.
So we might win the World Cup.
For the first time since '66, it'd be good if we did. Finally, people might start taking women's football seriously again.
It would be nice to get a win.
Well, I mean, I'm not so fussed about that. I mean, they should take women's football seriously anyway, right?
Well, I don't really take football seriously, but
Well, if you're going to take football seriously, you should take both sides of it seriously.
absolutely brutally.
It's my stance. Like, I don't support a team.
No.
I get a little bit nationalistic, a little bit when stuff like this happens, but never to the point of being militant about it. Like
Yeah,
some
I get a bit patriotic at times like this, believe it or not, even though I don't really believe in patriotism.
yeah, it's nice to have a win, isn't it? We've had a rough
Yeah,
couple of
it's
years.
sort of fun, you know. Um,
Yeah.
boo.
Would you like me to do my other connections round?
Yeah, go on.
Right then.
Is it
Right, yeah.
sounds you make when you're clearing your throat?
Oh my god, how did you know? Okay, so this is a music one, I'm afraid.
Oh no.
We've got Out of Touch by Hall & Oates, Billie Jean by Michael Jackson, and Video Killed the Radio Star by The Buggles.
Are they? Is it to do with MTV
No,
or music videos?
no.
All right. I don't know. They all came out in the 80s. Biggest hits of the 80s.
No, that's not. The first two were from the 80s. The third one was from 1979.
Oh, that's basically the 80s.
No. The year is irrelevant. At least as far as I'm aware, it's irrelevant. Would you like some more?
Yeah.
You've got Last Night a DJ Saved My Life by Indie. You've got Come On Feel the Noise by Quiet Riot.
Are they all Slade songs originally?
No,
Did Slade do Billie Jean?
no, sadly not. And you've got I Wanna Rock by Twisted Sister.
Oh, no, that's still different. Okay, yeah, go on.
I just did the. Do you need more?
Oh, what were they again?
I said I Wanna Rock by Twisted Sister.
Yeah. Come on, feel the noise by
Come
Choir.
On Feel the Noise. And I've forgotten what the other one I said was now.
They all feature in GTA games.
Yes, that is exactly what it is. They are all of these are from GTA Vice City.
Yes.
I'm just going through the list, but again, I thought there's a hell of a lot here, and it'd be something else that we could go through. But again, you've done it far too quickly for me to really get any satisfaction.
Sorry. Yeah, GTA 6.
What about it?
There's been some more leaks apparently. They weren't widely broadcast. I only found this out by looking into it. I didn't see it on Twitter or anything. I just thought, hey, I remember they had some GTA 6 leaks before. I wonder
Hmm.
how that's going. I'm kind of curious to see what that looks like.
Okay.
It looks like it's going to be a Bonnie and Clyde type story, which is what I predicted when I found out there was a male and a female protagonist. I thought that was like the obvious thing to do with it.
Yeah.
It looks
I
pretty.
vaguely remember that conversation.
Yeah, looks pretty fun. It is set in Vice City, which is my least favourite of the GTA games, to be honest.
See, it's the one I'm second most familiar with.
Yeah,
I spent a lot of time, probably before I should have been,
yeah,
playing.
same. I remember my cousin had it and we played it. And I really wanted one, and my mum said no, and I was very angry.
So I don't know if you're saying anything, but I can't hear you.
I can you hear me now?
God's sake, Discord's gone funny. I'm gonna have to disconnect and reconnect.
Okay. Right. Him and his bloody Discord, eh? Well, we'll pick it up in a sec.
Oh my God, we're back.
He fixed it.
Yeah, because I'm good like that.
Jordan's not the only one having computer problems. Look at this bloody mess. Still recording.
Did you just blow something up?
Yeah, we did this.
Hey, don't say I did this. I was not involved in your terrorist act.
Right. Let's fuck shit up.
To stop the other terrorist that was doing terroristy things. Yes, Cat. If you want to get out, you shouldn't have closed the fucking door, should you? Stupid twat.
Don't be a meanie.
For Cat literally pushed the door closed and then whinged because it couldn't get out.
That's what they do.
No, that's not what this one does. This one's normally smarter than that. Oh, it's him.
Yeah, look at what we did.
Now he's Two-Face.
You know, I don't really like. I mean, Rook doesn't really do anything. My issue
Well, I
with
mean,
him. Like, he pops up in a few levels, but for the most part, it's all behind the scenes stuff.
Well, that's probably the best thing for a lead henchman to do, isn't it?
Yeah, but
delegate.
I mean, he looks cool, and he's probably fairly solid. But I think I would have liked to have more encounters with him. If there was a film adaptation, it would be there'd be more going on there, of course. But
have you ever noticed how these villains that end up with disfigured never end up out of shape? They never go into one of those sorts of spirals where they just lay in bed forever and get really fat and
depressed about it.
You know, they always bodybuilder, fucking strong, muscly. If it was me, if I got disfigured like that, I would mope so much.
Well, then
I already mope.
And
I don't.
Do you want to know? Well, my two favourite James Bond disfigurements / physical abnormalities and villains.
Jaws?
No.
Go on then.
Scaramanga has a third nipple.
Yes, he does. That came up in something recently, and I can't remember what.
That's sort of like that. Yeah, we killed Rook. That's like I feel like that was a result of a "what haven't we done yet" conversation. To be honest.
Such a ridiculous thing as well, isn't it?
Well, Christopher Lee said he went to his doctor to do research for it, and his doctor said, "Oh no, it's actually very common, or more common than you'd think."
I've just remembered what it is that it came up in.
Oh, what?
I was watching an episode of Lucifer, and someone had a golden gun, and they made a joke about it being Scaramanga, and does he have a third nipple? That's what it was. They were just trying to grenade at you.
I know, that's why I'm moving. And it's a flashbang.
That's a type of grenade.
Yeah, but this is a proper grenade.
Yeah, but you throw like a girl.
My favorite,
who isn't very good at throwing.
My favorite one there was Dr. No. He's got metal hands, and in the film, it's just a result of like a radiation accident.
Yeah.
In the book, though, it's far more brutal. He worked for the Tongs, which is a Chinese
I am familiar.
crime syndicate. and he stole a lot of money from him. And in retaliation, they beat him up, cut off his hands,
and replaced them with barbecue tongs.
No, they shot him in what they thought was the heart, but he had that condition where, which is very rare in real life, but surprisingly common in fiction, it seems, where his organs are on the opposite side of the body. Oh no! I almost went over the edge.
That's not what you want to do. The Tongs are a group that you experience in the Deus Ex, original Deus Ex game, which is how I knew of their existence.
That organs on the other side of the body thing comes up in it comes up in the most, or one of the more recent Hitman games, which I only know about because I've watched videos of it. Yeah. And World War Z.
Really?
Well, you know the bit where you may not remember when he's at Buenos Aires clinic. The patient, he's a German businessman. His that's his condition. That's why they have a bit of a hard time finding him a heart, because they need a left-handed heart or left-sided heart or whatever. But I've been reading World War Z lately.
Yeah.
I could duck under that, but you know what I'm like.
Yeah, you'll end up decapitating yourself. Limbo, limbo, limbo.
It's a very good book, World War Z, isn't it?
I heard it as an audiobook years ago, and I've not really thought about it much in terms of listening to it or what was in it since. Other than there being that one guy who's like, everything's gonna be fine, but we only really says it when nothing's gonna be fine.
Yeah, the Chinese doctor. And then at the end of the book, he says it's to his daughter, and he actually means it.
I'd forgotten.
It's all right.
And the fact that Mark Hamill was one of the voices.
Yeah.
Oh, and the existence of Yonkers, which I believe is in New York State.
It's a small town.
So some interstate thing, some highway.
Yeah, it's like a tiny little town thing.
But yeah, I remember Yonkers exists, and I probably only know about it from there.
But I do like World War Z, and
I remember liking it.
Heartily recommend it.
I did like the film though. I know they're not really connected, but I did like the film.
Well, that's all right. It's a shit adaptation.
Well, I wouldn't even go so far as to call it an adaptation, to be honest with you.
So you won't be able to hear this, but he's explaining his plan over the thing. It harkens back to the scene in Moonraker where Hugo Drax explains his plan, which is he's taking a load of pretty people into space and he's going to gas the Earth, and then one day they will return and everybody will be beautiful. Which is rather heartening thinking back to it, because there's not everybody on that is white. So what? Hugo Drax, surprisingly progressive.
Just also a dickhead.
All right.
Oh, I mean, it's true.
The man is dead.
He's not a good guy.
He was blown out into space, Jordan.
He was hoping he could get blown off in space.
I don't know. He kind of strikes me as asexual, to be honest.
Very sexual.
No, he just wanted to have a load of pretty people in space do it.
Exactly.
And make gorgeous, gorgeous babies.
Exactly. You don't have a plan like that and not want to be part of it. This makes him an egomaniac. A vain egomaniac.
Why, we're under the water.
How did that happen? We're meant to be in the space.
Not yet.
We're meant to be. Soon.
Now we're going
this is
space.
That's the lift to get into space, is it?
Well, the shuttle's right there, so let's just go in it and we'll shoot off. And wait a minute, what's this Japanese lady doing? Uh-oh. Whoa, splat.
Oh, it's about to get hot in here, James. Ain't nobody got time for that. Call of ambulance. He's having a stroke.
I must hurry for these very flimsy walled door. These doors are very thin. Do you think they can keep out a rocket ignition with that glass?
Yeah. It's not direct, is it? Oh my god, you're blind. Oh my god, everything's gone green.
That was just
I'm
me
white
pushing
again.
about with the sunglasses.
Oh, okay.
So I never noticed this as a kid, but there is indeed a rocket that's gone. Oh no, it's one of them ninjas.
Is it gone, or are we just in or was that just an elevator?
What?
Are we gone? Was it gone, or is that just an elevator?
No, it's definitely gone.
Okay, because the rest of the room didn't look like it did for me.
What do you mean?
How it like I don't remember seeing that big column thing over there.
That's the main
That
lift.
I don't remember seeing that on the way in.
Well, it was definitely there.
I'm not convinced. So now what? Now you got to get into another room with you.
Well, it gives us more time than we need, really, to kill all the people, but at some point the countdown's going to go again, so I guess we just
I'm assuming you can hear the countdown.
wait here. I hear
Someone's
it well enough.
Do you?
Oh,
Obviously,
there's
I
a
know
guy
you
up
don't.
there. Well, he's not going to fucking make it, is he?
I know you don't. You don't play many video games.
No.
Do you have a favorite music in video game moment? Either licensed or just game
Yes.
music. Go on then.
Well, like a lot of Pokemon fans, I'm a big fan of Cynthia's theme
Hmm.
from Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. It's sort of epic piano, grand. Uh, it's great, and I like a lot of the champion themes. I like the original theme for Blue or whatever you named him in.
I always called him Gary. Oh my god! Now she's back again. For
No,
God's sake, James. Hurry up.
this is probably it might be my favourite Bond villain death of all time. It probably isn't. It's definitely up there. So you remember she pushed the button on us?
Yeah.
Well, guess what we're gonna do to her?
Push. No,
Ah,
you
ah,
pushed the wrong button, Ben.
ah.
For God's sake, Ben. We're gonna let her get away. That's what we're gonna do.
Oh my fucking god! I forgot. I
You're a
pushed.
fucking idiot.
uh, I pushed the wrong button.
Why did you put Predator Vision on?
You know what? That I just put my sunglasses on at her. That's what I did.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
god!
you've got all the way back here.
It's not that
This
far
is
back.
it's back enough.
It's fine.
Honestly.
I'm so sorry. I don't know how I
Can't,
fucked
can't
that
believe
up.
it.
Like I
I,
haven't been
honest,
playing this game a lot lately. Don't know why I
I
pressed.
almost think you want to make a third video out of it.
No.
Cat's gone crazy. Cat, calm down. So Cynthia's theme,
Yeah. Have you ever heard it?
probably at some point.
It's just a great piano mix, piano piece. So yeah, I really like that. And having loved Leaf Green when I played it, I really like that theme as well.
Fair, fair. It's not quite music, but and it's definitely my favourite. But I did quite like. There's a piece of victory music that you used to get in Final Fantasy VII. You used to get it quite a lot when you basically every time you want to fight. And in the remake version, there is a guy who sort of hums it. Hums the same piece of music, so you don't normally hear it in the game itself. You just hear him having hummed it, and I quite liked that. That pleased for nostalgic.
Oh fuck!
Ben, what has gotten into you? You were playing so well last week.
I thought I had more time.
You've got the timer.
I know he said 20 seconds, and I thought I'd get both of them now, and then I wouldn't have to worry about them.
You are letting the side down.
We are almost done.
I managed to right. Oh no, hang on. That was music thing. I quite like the whole Doom music thing when the Doom music kicks in.
Hmm.
I don't know if you're familiar with that
No.
meme format, but basically you go into beast mode as it were, and you just sort of go crazy on whoever's there, and it just doesn't stop, and there's this massive heavy metal track
Hmm.
that just ties into it nicely. And, it's a meme, right? At
Yeah.
this point, but it's something that amuses me as well. I quite enjoy that.
Um, I have some music news that you may not be aware of.
Okay.
The UK's first entry into the Eurovision Song Contest.
Yes, she died.
Yeah, she did. Do you know what song she sang?
Can't remember off the top of my head.
It was called All. Do you remember it?
No,
You
because
probably
I
would.
don't really follow Eurovision, and I wasn't around back then.
I thought, didn't you review it?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
It wasn't a UK number one, and I haven't done all the Eurovisions. I did all the UK Eurovision winners, and that piece of writing has mysteriously vanished. So
Yes, I a while ago I noticed things I'd written have side vanished. I don't know why.
yeah, no, I don't either. It's very peculiar because there's no reason why I'd have got rid of that one. But yeah, she's from Hull, so
Well, she moved to Canada.
even worse.
She married a Canadian billionaire who died shortly after her wedding.
Oh yeah, rather convenient.
I said nothing of the sort, legally.
Hey, all I said was rather convenient. It would be convenient for me if I married someone who was incredibly wealthy and then they suddenly died. Would it not?
Well, not if you loved them.
Well, it's all about the money, money, money.
And then she spent the rest of her life, I think, raising cattle.
As you do. So you're not getting any either of them this time then.
Sorry.
How long have you got?
Enough.
Doors closing. Have you got time or not?
Yeah.
How long have you got? I don't
30
want it to
seconds.
close.
30 seconds.
Okay.
Plenty of
Part of me
time.
really wanted it to close on you.
I would.
Why is she? Why is she in the elevator
She's
down at the
fucking
bottom?
gloating. That's what she's doing.
Oh, can you hear her?
No,
She's
it's
talking
every
shit.
now and then she says, "How does it feel to lose, James?" That's
I
how
don't know.
fucking
I haven't.
cool are you now? I know how it feels to lose. I've died
Yeah,
like 6 times,
just in
7
this video,
times in the last fucking 3 levels.
you've died almost as often as my computer,
I haven't even got to space yet.
which should, in theory, be the most dangerous place.
I think we just have to kill these people and then it's the end.
What a ridiculous flip that he just did there. And again, did he just throw a flashbang?
Ah. Oh, fuck.
Yes, he did. Die, motherfuckers! That's a golden gun. He didn't die very quickly,
Right.
did
This is my favourite Bond villain. One of my favourite Bond villain deaths.
Yeah, so she pulled out the floor beneath us. I'm assuming we're going to do the same
Yes.
after shooting through a hole in the elevator.
Yes.
That shouldn't
And
be
she
there.
makes the same mistake I did.
What? She takes too long getting the thing.
Yeah.
But you didn't put your sunglasses on. She's such an idiot, isn't she? Like she knew you were there.
I know.
How does it feel to lose?
Yeah, that is that. I think that most people rank that quite highly. Honestly,
I thought she looked hot.
in fact, she was smoking.
no,
Oh, I don't think she's even recognisable anymore as human.
probably not. Oh my god.
Right.
You
How
did
long
it
have
then.
we been going?
I don't know. My ability to keep track of
A
it.
little over an hour, so you know.
Well, I mean, when you finish it, job done, isn't it?
Yeah.
I suppose.
In space. Yes, this is the second time we've gone to space. The first, of course, was in Moonraker. And I kind of want the Bond franchise to double down and do it again.
Well, they'd have to do it twice more.
Now, I think in the PC version we have to fight through this place and rescue some scientists. But we're just going to start right at the outside.
I do feel like guns in space is such a dangerous thing.
Well, we've got a laser gun, so it's fine. Incidentally,
Someone's overcompensating for his lack of abs.
that's the space suit we took the photo. Can you remember in the power plant?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, well, that's what we took that
You
photo.
mentioned a jetpack as well.
Yeah, well, we may see. You can see it on his back, I think.
I can see it now.
We'll see that.
Oh my god, he pushed the red button.
I love how NATO's got a big red button for its missile launch sequence. Incidentally,
that is.
Russia and China are probably pissing blood over this. that
Oh,
NATO have nuclear missiles in space.
Yeah, you would be, wouldn't you? I actually made a note about something. I started at long last playing Command and Conquer Red Alert 3, which is the one with Tim Curry as Premier Chidenko or whatever his name is. And it's nice seeing him smirk because he thinks he's having because he's having a good time, right?
Yeah.
I enjoy seeing that happen. But I wrote a line that the British female assistant agent woman that coordinates the Allied campaign says, I would never have expected it. The president has gone rogue on us. And that made perfect sense in 2008 when the game came out.
Did it?
But in a post-Trump world, the president going rogue is perfectly normal, isn't it? Like, it's to be expected.
It's a requirement for the Republican presidential candidacy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ah.
But yeah, no, I wrote that down because it's one of only 4 things I wrote down. So stuck with me.
Fuck 'em.
Yippee-ki, yay. I am thinking again of music from video games. Do you have a favorite radio station in the GTA games?
I like Double Clef, the classical music one in GTA 3, but I mean, there's a lot I like. There's a classic rock one, I guess, where a woman just talks about what she did in the 80s. I just can't remember much of it.
Makes sense.
I like the country one in San Andreas, of course.
K-Rose.
Yeah.
That is my personal favorite. I actually listened to the tracks from the K-Rose radio station on the way home from work today. Both on the way to my partner's where I had to eat, and then on the way home from there to do this. All my exes live in Texas.
And that's why he hangs his hat in Tennessee.
Down straight. Or should I say, down tootin'?
Tootin'.
Down tootin' Cameron. Quick, shoot it, Ben.
I'm a coming, we've got time.
Have we?
Yeah. And I've said that before.
You say it now, but what's going to happen is it's going to just shoot off.
Right there, we've done it.
I don't like the spinning. I feel like the spinning is bad.
What's spinning?
The fact that this space station is spinning.
Is it?
Yeah, it's very definitely spinning. Look at the stars. The missiles just launched, Ben.
Oh yeah, but I destroyed their tracker, so they're just flying around and blowing up. It's fine. We're gonna be fine. But the station's falling to shit, so.
So this is a bit where naturally you start dying.
Oh, there he is. I just have to kill this douchebag.
I also quite like VCPR, which is a chat show one in Vice City Public Radio.
We did it.
They'd have people coming in and.
Yay.
So now
I've
he's breaking
saved
off
the world.
by killing a lot of people that were sort of bad. Some of
Yeah.
those people just needed jobs, Ben.
Well,
It's hard work having a job in this day and age.
I don't care. I did the right
You,
thing. I regret nothing. God
you
save the
should regret
king and all that
something.
malarkey.
God save for what?
The king.
It was the Queen back then.
Well,
Fuck it, I'm going rogue.
James Bond doesn't care about women.
You know who else doesn't? What the hell? Oh, okay. You
So,
know what else
I
he
just want to
doesn't?
point out, sorry, um, this escape, but this is still on Drake's Island, and we know it's like immediately after, because M points out that the debris from the satellite station is falling, and they're now in like formal clothes. So I guess they brought a change of clothes for a start,
Of course they
like
did.
expecting some sort of reception to break out spontaneously, but also the fact that I mean, I guess you could program it to go, the escape pod to go back to where it. Anyway, um, yeah, nice little bookmark. It started with sex in a car and it ends with sex in a car.
And instead of fireworks, it's other fireworks.
So
Because it
who
was
uh,
New
who
Year's.
who did you say had no respect for women?
Oh, what the fuck is this?
This is like a promotional little film documentary thing.
Jesus Christ, what are they doing?
They're making a good game. I enjoyed this game.
That was the early 2000s for you.
So who has no respect for women?
Oh, James Bond.
Oh, fair enough. So what did you think of this?
Well, I think I'd have had a lot more fun if I'd been playing it, but
Fair dues.
that's basically games for you, isn't it?
Yes, that's basically, yeah. I bet
That's
all
kind of
our
the point.
audience feels the same way.
Yeah.
Any favourite moments?
Well, there was that bit when I pointed out that the car's license plate meant that it must have been
Yeah.
mostly 2003 set.
Remember when I
Game.
shot that Japanese geisha girl in the face accidentally?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember that bit when you popped up out of the toilet, but it wasn't really a toilet. It was just some weird cabin, and we suggested that's where we kept the prisoners.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember that bit when we saw the guy whose name was John Horsley?
Yeah, John Horsley, yeah.
Not John Horsley, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if it was her I shot.
It may well have been.
And,
Do you remember that awkward moment where the man who didn't quite look like Pierce Brosnan was stood at a window and did a sort of smirk?
he looks enough like Pierce Brosnan.
I think he looks less like Pierce Brosnan in that section than he did in any other part of the game.
You see that thing where they combine all the faces of the Bonds, and it looks very much like a proper, just a generic Bond.
Oh, I've not seen that, no.
Anyway, this is a game I really enjoyed.
Oh,
As a
I
kid.
like that bit where you were in the helicopter trying to shoot the stuff and you couldn't shoot the
Shut
stuff.
up. That never happened.
And I like the bit where you kept crashing the car into the mines.
I think my colleague has had too much to drink. Please ignore him. He's not well.
I've not had anything alcoholic to drink.
Shush. Go to sleep. Yeah, I loved this game as a kid, and I still like it now. It still very much holds up for me. And so next time we're gonna do some multiplayer stuff for a bit.
But single player multiplayer.
Yeah. I don't know whether this is coming to an end now. It is.
Oh my god.
On that bombshell.
Bombshell.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Why didn't you say bombshell?